The show doesn't make you a bad person. That thing in the foot locker at the end of your bed, that makes you a bad person.
WMMS. The Buzzard. Coming off the heels of that 6-3 loss. On Tuesday night, they will end the series tonight, hopefully grabbing at least one of these games here. 8:40 is your first pitch from San Diego. Where do they play? Is like Petco, not Petco, Sunkist Park or something? Or where do the Padres play?
I thought it was Petco, but it might
is
have
it really?
changed
I
over
thought that
the
was in
years.
San Francisco.
I don't know.
Padres Stadium.
I thought it was Petco.
Petco Park, it is. Why did I think that was in San Francisco? What am I thinking? Well, anyway, who cares? Who knows? Guardians, Padres tonight, 8:40 here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. If you want to listen there, you certainly can. If you listen to us from out of state on the app, if you're one of our bureau chiefs, tell me where you do that. Scott listens in York, Maine. Andy's in Topeka, Kansas. Nate listens in Rockford, Illinois. Just passed through there this past weekend. Adam is in Greeley, Colorado. Ronnie listens in Statesville, North Carolina. And Tim is a new listener in Grand Rapids. So thank you, one and all. Colin Quinn is going to be in here later on today. Very excited to talk to him. He's doing the weekend at Hilarities. Or is he just doing a one-nighter? I should have looked that up, I guess.
He's doing tonight, tomorrow.
Because Pete Holmes is here.
Yeah, so
okay.
They have kind of a wild schedule for this weekend. He's doing tonight, tomorrow, and then like an early show Saturday.
Okay. Colin Quinn's Small Talk is what this hour is called. And the shows are tonight, 7 o'clock. And then 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And then 6 o'clock on Saturday. So 3 nights, 1 show a night with Colin Quinn. And he'll join us around 4:20 this afternoon. Mary is on her way back from her Survivor audition. I wonder what that consists of, because it's not like you have to perform. It's just them asking you questions, right? I'm sure they don't screen test you.
From what I read and from what she said is like you get 90 seconds to say why you should be
90 seconds.
But they also give you a 17-page booklet basically that you got to fill out.
Which you can do because you're in line for 4 hours or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Although you mentioned this before, the fact that she got there so early probably worked to her advantage.
For sure.
Yeah. Because now the line's really, really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend's a bartender out there, and she's just waiting for everybody to get done with the audition so they'll come and drink.
People start drinking.
Yeah.
Drinking. Was it yesterday we were talking about what constitutes sex work? Poundcake asked something about when Mary.
Yeah.
People were asking Mary if they could suck her toes or if toes could be sucked or whatever.
Yeah, I said
and you asked if that constituted prostitution.
Yeah, because if someone is into massaging feet, if they get a sexual, if they have a fetish from that, if they get a kink, if that's their kink, do you qualify as a prostitute?
Well, I think that's working backwards. I would say no, just because anybody's kink could be anything. That wouldn't, just because they attach something sexual to it doesn't make it a sexual thing. Like if your kink is you get off standing next to really nice cars, that doesn't make car salesmen sex workers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's an extreme example. The only reason I bring this up is because I had Charlie Sheen on the show a couple of weeks ago. And he and Denise Richards, their daughter Sammy, is all grown up. And she's on OnlyFans. And I guess that's been a little bone of contention between Charlie and Denise Richards. Charlie Sheen is, obviously, he's a dad. And might not be down with something like that. However, if you are Charlie Sheen, there's only so much you can say to your kids. You're in a bad spot. It's more of a do as I say, not as I do thing. I think Denise Richards maybe was a little bit more.
Wasn't Denise Richards also on there?
She got on afterwards because she was like, keep it classy, guys. Like, right. I think she started something just to not make her daughter feel bad, I'm assuming.
She was probably cooking bruschetta or something on there. But Sammy doesn't like people calling her a porn star. She says she's a sex worker. Now, when you do these videos, you can't. Is it true? The algorithm picks up these words, and so you can't say them, and so people get around it.
I hate the algorithm.
Right.
Sucks butt.
I see you doing it. Captions have to be having segs, and you can't use the words. So she, as she's doing this video, she's like, P star, S work,
Mhm.
OF for OnlyFans because, so this kind of goes to that point where she's trying to clarify the difference between a porn star. And again, it's one of those things where you go back to the Supreme Court comments from 50 years ago about pornography with respect to art. They're like, you might not be able to deny it. You might not be able to define it, but you know what it is when you see it. And so I think maybe that's how people's brains work in making the distinction between sex workers and porn actors. I mean, porn's a specific thing, whereas sex work might be a whole bunch of different things.
I am not a P star, and I don't meet up with people. I don't film myself.
Now, she's, again, like I said, I assume she means the letter P. Not like she's like, I'm not a P star. I'm not a U star. I'm not a P star. Porn star, I believe is what she's.
Having, I don't do that. That's just not my line of work. And that's not something I'm comfortable with doing. The only reason I said I'm an S worker is because my main source of income is from my OF. And if people did their research, they would realize that there's multiple forms of S work. I've been doing OF for almost a full year now, and I love my job. There's absolutely nothing that anyone could say to make me want to get a different job at the moment. And I don't know why people are so judgmental towards it. If I love it and it makes me happy and it's boosted my confidence so much and I can work from home, I love talking to my subscribers, I make my own hours, it just makes me happy. Like, I love my job so much.
Sex work is the original work from home. You can work from home, you can jerk from home, you can whatever you want to do.
I feel like back in the day, you had to go to go to them, or you're living in a brothel or something like that. But
then you were working from home.
is that where you live?
Well, if you said living in a brothel. If you were living in a
you're
brothel,
working
yeah.
in a brothel, yeah. But
Yeah.
if you're working, yeah.
Adults who receive money or goods in exchange for consensual sexual services or erotic performances, sex workers. So that is different than pornography. Pornography is sex work, but not all sex work is pornography. I never understood the judgmental part of it either. I know that there's large portions of the culture that are still very puritanical about sex in general. They want people to pretend it's not a thing or whatever. But it is literally work that anyone can do, provided you're not somehow physically or mentally unable to do it. But anyone can do it, and I see no problem with people making money off of it.
Well, let's not forget.
Because it requires a market. If you're going to make money on it, you need a buyer. You can do all you want at home and film it, but if nobody's buying it, you're not a sex worker. You're just in your bedroom. So it does require...
You're a sex failure. That's depressing.
You don't want to be that person either. You don't want to what do you do? Are you a sex worker? No. I'm still trying to get it off the ground. It's not...
Loser.
Yeah, just listen to Chris Christie. Say what, Cody?
Let's not forget that the app was made in England.
You're talking about OnlyFans?
Oh, yeah, it was made in London, and they are very sex positive out there, I guess you could say. Compared to Europe, America is very prude. My friend who did his 30...
Well, I think that's I think you're right, but I also think that's more a function of urban areas too.
How so?
Well, you said London. I mean, London's a massive city. I mean, I bet once you get outside London, you're going to, like any other place, once you get out into the sticks, there's a lot more conservative views on things.
Sure, I could take that, but just Europe in general, like Canada itself is even more sex positive than we are here in the States. But Europe...
Because they have free health care.
No, I'm just saying they have
But that's part of it, I think.
They have back rooms inside of their gay clubs, and I'm sure they probably have different type of brothels and stuff like that. You can drink at 19 there. But when my friend was in Europe, I mean, he traveled to Italy, England, where else did he go? A bunch of different cities in Europe. And each one was their gay clubs. All of them had a downstairs, and it was just there were people there paying for their school. There were men there paying for their college, and they were just part-time prostitutes. And that's just what it was. They were, it wasn't even OnlyFans. They had OnlyFans to promote their sex work. It was the craziest thing. And he's telling me this, and he's like, yeah. He's like, there's people there that they pay for their school.
Well, I mean, that was the joke about strippers back in the day here, is that she's stripping her way through school. But then you get through school and you're like, well, what do I want to do? Am I going to use my degree or am I going to keep making money hand over fist?
And like the gay clubs there, I know there's some strip clubs here. I think it varies by state by state, where you can't show nipple or you can't show full, vagina or something like that. Over there, they have like
One lip at a time, ladies.
You cannot show
Not
full
full.
vagina.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't you come around here with your full vagina.
No full vagina. One.
Nope.
It's not even like a gay club. It's not even like a
Areola.
strip club, and people are dancing fully nude on these poles. Like the videos that he was like posting, I'm like, oh my God, like Europe. I have to go to Europe, but we are behind in that aspect of,
Very puritanical over here. A lot of those roots still.
like if we saw that person would be not only arrested, but they would be on like a registry or like a list, not a registry. Is it a registry? Is that what it's called?
Yes, you have to register as a sex offender at
Okay.
Target or
You're-
Kohl's.
I'm at your registry. I'm gonna get you some underwear.
You walk around with a gun and you scan things, and then they go on a list, and then you've
Yeah,
registered as a sex
Areola.
Scan all the dildos.
but they're just naked. It's just whatever. All the extra skin down there. It's fine.
You don't like that, though. You don't want that.
I mean, but I'm a product of my surroundings. So if I was over there, I wouldn't know any different.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm spoiled over here. I'm spoiled. I haven't had to come across a lot of them. So yeah, I've had like a handful, maybe 5 or 6 in my life. Some people are like, that's a lot.
Well, I think that you'd probably have a great time in Europe. I think you should go sometime.
Go to Europe now.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I'm in a relationship, so
Go with him.
I know, but it would be a very different trip.
Oh, yeah, because you can't taste the city.
I want to go to Berlin. Berlin, to that one club that is, they have to literally hose down every night.
Yep.
And that's
Literally
fun
hose
to you.
down. Yep.
You said that's what sounds fun to me, Bill?
Yeah, isn't it? Like, you want to go to the hose down club.
But I think I want to go down to watch. I don't want to.
Pimps up, hose down.
I'm not that willy nilly anymore. College Poundcake would do something like that.
Yeah.
But knowing how quickly stuff spreads, nah, I'm not doing that no more. I've learned. But I watch.
He's a voyeur. He has transferred to the voyeur portion of his life.
Yeah.
No longer an
He-
exhibitionist.
He no longer wants to be a participant.
Well,
Don't ever take
says,
that.
"Well."
Don't ever take that away from yourself. Don't ever just watch.
well, I don't want to do anything that might get me sick. I can like touch with my hands, right? And that you can't spread disease that way, can you?
Doing what?
I don't know, touching stuff with your hands.
Can you spread disease by touching things? You can do that. Yes. You know, we had a pandemic a while ago. Were you
I'm talking
around
about
for that?
sexually
'Cause-
transmitted diseases.
Well, probably, yeah. Well, not if something is sexually transmitted.
I mean, it's not
normally
the
that's-
cheese touch, but
but it's
I'm just like, oh,
something to
touch.
consider.
I just have to.
damn you, Greg Heffley, you gave me herpes.
What, Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, the cheese touch. Well, listen, I think I know you want to run before you can walk and go to Dubai or something like that, but you should start in like London
Yeah, I have to. I have to
or
start-
Paris or
Yeah, I don't know how to speak any other language. I barely speak English. So let me go to Europe real quick. Let me see how I like that. And then, we'll work our way up to like another English-speaking country. We'll go to Australia or New Zealand. And then
or just go to Montreal. That's basically France.
Yeah,
I
I'd be
mean,
down to do that.
yeah.
I've heard good things.
Speaking of being naked, Matthew McConaughey was doing an interview, and they were talking about how he realized, even though he denied it, because he said a lot of people will deny it, that they are vain. They have vanity. That he said that's considered a bad thing. That's considered a debit. But once he really thought about it and realized that he was, he goes, you should embrace it. Embrace your vanity, and it can lead you to better things.
Well, bravo, vanity.
Yeah.
Let's go, vanity. Let's, instead of putting it in the cupboard, in the lie section, oh, I'm vain, because that's a debit. No. Admit it. And then go, what's the value in it? Well, I can look at, I've actually got in better shape because of my vanity. Actually, I eat better. Look better, and I have more energy. And that led to being a better husband, better dad.
Yeah. So he's trying to say what I've said for a long time, which is it's better to look good than to feel good. And if you're vain, that's primarily what you're concerned about. That can motivate you, though, to some other things that will make you feel good through the transitive property there. But still, if you were to rank them, and Bill knows this too, if you were to rank them, number one, look good.
Nope.
And then way big,
That's
number
not-
two, but a big drop off, feel good.
No, feel good, then look good.
If you look good, everyone can benefit from it.
Yeah, but if you don't
If
feel
you-
good, who cares?
If you feel good,
no, look.
you're the only one who's benefiting from it. And
Well,
what good is
should
that?
be your primary.
You should want
concern,
to
is
spread
feel good.
joy to everyone you meet.
I'm
The better
going
you
to-
look, the
I'm
happier
going to
people
spread
will
more
be.
joy if I feel good than if I look good.
People will be happier to see you if you know you look good.
I just want to feel good.
Walk around disheveled but feeling great.
Feeling great,
Nobody wants to hang out with that.
but that
If
I
you
don't-
look
but
good-
I don't care because I feel good.
If you look good
Feeling good is more important.
and
Feeling good, way more important
No.
than looking good.
nope.
Looking good, it's nice.
Better to look good than to feel good.
Better to feel good than look good.
Because one will bring you the other. If you feel good, that won't make you look better. But if you look good, that will always make you feel better.
But not necessarily.
Always.
Never.
Always.
No, not never. But like, feel good.
Always.
Feel good. Feel good.
Yeah. Bill's more in the gorillas column. I'm more in the it's better to look good than to feel good column.
I'm
Anyway,
with you, Alan.
I
when
only
has a gorilla ever been wrong?
I only D's out for Harambe. I
Mm-hmm.
only take my cues from one Matthew McConaughey. What, Cody?
I say I agree with you.
I know you do. That's why I didn't bring you into the conversation. I knew that I already had you. You're already an acolyte. You believe.
Yeah.
But one Matthew David McConaughey, when this guy starts talking, boy, and yeah, he talks a lot of shrimp, sure. But it's because he's vain. And that's made him a better husband.
So, Poundcake, if
made
you
him a
are
better father.
incredibly depressed, but you look good, you'd rather that than maybe not looking your best, but feeling dynamite.
Correct. I rather look good because then it's like even on my worst day, I'm still badder than half the population. So then that
But you're still incredibly depressed.
yeah, but think of how more depressed I'd be if
No,
I was,
that's not the point. The point is you look good and feel bad, or you don't look your best and feel great.
I'd still rather look good.
You'd rather look good than feel the best you've ever felt.
Nobody looks gross and feels great.
That's not
because
true at all.
you're constantly surrounded by examples of how maybe you wish you looked.
guys are shallow.
Yes,
Of course.
it's a shallow society. But like I started working out and started growing my hair out because I was already not feeling the best. So I was like, I can't go any lower.
I'm not
than
saying
here.
there isn't a correlation.
Pound cake is exhibit A.
I'm not saying there's not a correlation, but
Mhm.
I'm saying there is.
In your scenario, would I rather?
You would rather look good than feel good.
Hell's yes.
Yeah.
Why are you pausing for so long?
Yeah,
The
I would-
answer is unequivocally yes.
Yes, I would rather look good than feel good.
So you still have all your depression,
Yep.
all your sadness,
Yep, because someone's gonna
all your
bang me.
despair.
Yep. I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, I'm cute.
So it's all it has to do with how other people perceive you.
No, how I perceive me. I look in the mirror and I'm like,
But you feel bad.
I look good.
You have to.
That's internal though.
But at least you got
What's more important than internal?
you got the good looks going for you.
I'm the
If
type
you
of
look
per-
in the mirror and you go, man, I feel like ass, but I look great.
Oh yeah, I'm like
You can walk down
No.
the street holding a paint can like Travolta.
You
I've
guys are-
heard
you
growing
guys
up-
are wild.
I heard
Can't
growing
believe
up
Yeah,
from,
we
my,
are.
from my mom, her sister, and all of her cousins who are black women. They're like, pain is fabulous. You squeeze your feet into these tight little heels. It is painful, but the feet look good.
I'm not talking about pain. I'm talking about feeling good.
Yes,
I'm
it
talking
doesn't
about-
feel good to stick your feet in those. In
Right,
those
but I'm talking about
shoes.
like
You're talking about internal pain.
internal like depression and anxiety and all these things that you constantly struggle with.
Mhm.
Those all go away.
Well, Bill, to answer your question, because I have so much anxiety and depression, I really want to look good. So I am
And
gonna
that's the
say-
work you need to do. You needed some Orange Theory for the soul.
Well, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
I got a break. If you want to send a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. You want to watch there, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
With a gleam in his eye, a grin on his